And we're talking today with Marcel Schwantes about planning our lives. And Marcel, let's come back to life coaching and help us understand now a little more completely what a life coach does, because many in our audience today may say, okay, I've made New Year's resolutions, I want to make changes, but my track record isn't all that good. And I'd like to find someone that can be helpful to me and kind of, work with me to get things in direction. I'm a firm believer that all of us, that everyone needs someone else. I mean, that's part of humanity. We need each other. And in your case, of course, you're a professional helping others to do the things that they want to do, the things that they want to change. So tell us once again about exactly what you would do. Someone would come to you wanting to make changes. What do you do?
Well, first I assess what the situation is.
Okay.
And then we create steps towards sustainable growth. My process is to be a framework for those people to guide them towards change. I don't have all the answers, but I draw from their own brilliance and their own resources to get them to meet their goals and create breakthroughs in life.
All right. So someone comes to you, and I assume that they come to you because they want to make changes.
Most of the time, yes. Sometimes it's people are stuck, but they don't know what kind of changes they need to make, yes.
Okay. And so when they come to you and say, I want to make a change, you make an assessment. So, I mean, do you just wait for them to come and say, here's a list and here are the things I want to change? Or when you make the assessment, do you say to them, these are the things that you need to change, forget the rest of it?
Both ways. Sometimes it works both ways. Usually it's the former, where people already know what changes they need to make, whether it is a lifestyle change or involving health and nutrition, or they understand that they're no longer fulfilled in their careers.
Okay.
So, so they will solicit the advice of a life coach to walk through the steps, and then I apply the coaching process to do that.
Well, let me ask you this, since we're talking about life coaches and what they do. I mean, is this just another way for people to spend money, or do they actually, or can you help them?
Some people, sometimes all they need is a sounding board. Okay. And I listen, and then I ask powerful questions.
Right.
And sometimes these questions are very confrontational in one way, because it helps the people to see where they are and calls them to accountability about making lasting changes.
So people come to you because they want to, not because they're sent there or something of that nature?
That's correct. No one's ever coerced into a coaching relationship. If they are, then I would question the intentionality of that in the first place.
Well, should anyone be embarrassed to say, I keep making these New Year's resolutions, I can't really keep them very well? Should anyone say, I'm embarrassed to say that I need help?
I wouldn't say, and I would never say that this is an embarrassing thing for you to do, but most likely if somebody can't meet their New Year's resolutions, and I mentioned this at the beginning, is that there's too many things going on in that person's life right now where there's no room to move their resolution and to actually make that lasting change.
Well, apparently only 8% of the population can actually keep the New Year's resolutions that they make.
Right.
Now, some people keep some, of course. You go down 4 or 5 years and maybe they've kept 1 out of 100, this type of thing. But the bottom line is that I think what you're doing is a great thing to try to give people direction and to help them make those commitments that they need to achieve.
Yes, I call them to accountability.
All right, more in just a moment. And once again, we have this great CD. Your calls are welcome. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're talking about changing life.
Call now with your questions.